Man, what happened in last night's game left everyone stunned. This wasn't just a loss, it was a statement, the kind that hits a team's pride and exposes problems that had been swept under the rug. But there was also a detail most people missed, something that could completely change the course of this season. No joke, today's video is on fire. So sit back, hit that like button, subscribe so we can hit 150, and get ready. Because what went down with the Rockets will leave you speechless. Let's dive right in. No one expected that 5-game winning streak to crash like this. After all that momentum, the Houston Rockets stepped onto the court against the San Antonio Spurs for their NBA Cup debut. And instead of showing dominance, they looked shaky, like the early days of the rebuild all over again. Final score, 121-110. But the issue wasn't the number. It was how it happened. And yeah, if you watched it, you know there were moments of pure frustration. That game was supposed to be the team's statement. The moment they showed that this new version of the Rockets, full of talent and a winning mindset, could also grind out wins on bad nights. But once the ball went up, the same old ghosts came back. It all started with ball control, or better, the lack of it. 24 turnovers. That's right, 24. Every time Houston seemed to get close, there came a rushed pass, a slip, a mistake that the Spurs turned into easy points. 33 points off turnovers. That's the kind of thing that decides big games. It's not like the offense was broken. They actually shot well. 45.9% from the floor, 48% from three, and 90% from the line. But what does efficiency matter if you keep handing the ball to the other team? That's exactly what happened. The Spurs capitalized on every little crack, and guys like Harrison Barnes and Julian Champagnie tore apart Houston's defensive plan with precision. Barnes dropped 24, a constant nightmare, and Champagnie added 22, sealing the game with clutch shots in the fourth. Fans got that painful déjà vu, watching Durant and Sengun carry the load again. Durant scored 24, but also had 8 turnovers, something a team chasing the top of the West simply can't afford. Sengun, once again, the heart of the team. 25 points, 9 boards, 8 assists. A near-star performance. But basketball is about collective rhythm, and the backup wasn't there. Without Fred VanVleet, the absence of a real veteran point guard was impossible to ignore. While the Spurs moved the ball smoothly, finishing with 30 assists on 40 made shots, Houston looked forced, almost desperate. On the other side, the ball moved like clockwork. Stephon Castle was brilliant, 13 assists and total control of the tempo. Meanwhile, Wembanyama, quiet in the first half, became a tactical weapon that opened lanes for the clutch shooters. The toughest part? Watching Houston's defense, a fortress during their win streak, completely crumble when it mattered most. Too many fouls, slow rotations, and lost rebounds. It showed one thing. This team isn't ready to win on talent alone. Still, last night wasn't just about exposing flaws. It also revealed something deeper, something about this team's true identity. And that's where the real issue lies, the thing no one wanted to admit but now can't avoid. If one lesson stood out, it's the gaping hole left when a true floor general isn't on the court. And no, that's not an exaggeration. Since VanVleet's injury, Houston's been trying a by-committee approach to keep the offense flowing. But against the Spurs, that plan fell apart. It proved one simple truth. Talent without structure turns into chaos. Without a leader to control the tempo, manage the clock, and calm things down in crunch time, the Rockets became victims of their own energy. Durant took on the playmaking role for stretches. And in theory, that makes sense. He's one of the smartest minds in basketball. But the plan didn't work. The Spurs caught on quickly, doubled him, and pressured until he coughed up the ball 8 times. The same KD who's usually the solution became part of the problem. Not because he played badly, but because he was asked to do something outside his natural role. What Houston missed was that guy who breathes, steadies the team, and runs the floor with confidence. Amen Thompson tried to fill that void, but the difference between potential and experience showed fast. When the Spurs turned up the defensive pressure, Houston didn't have that steady hand to counter. Mistakes piled up, the offense froze, and possessions slipped away. Too often, the Rockets waited too long to make a play, ending up with forced shots or interceptions. 23 turnovers, and a completely broken rhythm. And then came the defensive choices. Questionable ones. Sticking to a zone defense for long stretches felt desperate. Zones can work as a mix-up, not as your foundation. Some analysts even suspect the choice was made to protect Reed Shepherd. The rookie played well offensively, 16 points, 6 assists, but defensively struggled against stronger players. One play said it all. Castle cut behind Shepherd for an easy layup, leaving Sengun kneeling on the floor, clapping in frustration. That image went viral, a snapshot of the entire night. But it's hard to blame Shepherd. He's improving, showing IQ and solid efficiency. The problem was structural. Houston's defensive scheme and lack of a veteran director left everyone exposed. The Rockets lost the tactical balance that drove their winning streak. When emotional control disappears, even Durant and Sengun's brilliance isn't enough. This wasn't just another bump in the road. It was a warning, a reality check for a team that wants to be great but still needs to mature before their flaws become habits. Because if turnovers keep writing the story, that dream of contending could fade much faster than fans expect. And here's the wild part. There's already talk inside the Rockets organization about a major move that could flip everything around. So that's it, everyone. Two truths are crystal clear. The Rockets didn't lose just because of bad plays. They lost because they lacked leadership, both on and off the court. Now comes the real question. Do they need to bring in a veteran point guard immediately, or trust Shepherd and Amen to grow into the role? Because if nothing changes, nights like this might start becoming the norm. Let me know what you think. Was this a bold risk or a massive mistake? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like, and let's keep the conversation going.